So I want to talk to Beatley Tone. Here he is. Hey,
Hey,
man.
Jolly Watts.
Oh,
Jolly Walt.
oh,
How you doing, boys?
I did. Everything all
fine.
right.
How are you?
Yeah,
You're looking good. You're looking
yeah.
good.
Very
Feeling
good.
feeling good as well, thanks, Danny. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm
You look
glad.
better than you ever looked for my money. You better,
So what was that?
you look better than you ever looked for my money. For my
That
money.
wasn't hard. That wasn't hard.
But what I want to know, I want you to tell me a little bit about your impression. I forget if these are your first time with some of these albums or
Yeah,
you.
they are. They are the first time with all of them.
Oh, wow.
The only one that which I didn't get this time, but I've had for years, is the Beatles Story, which was actually one of the first Beatles albums that I ever bought. I didn't even realize, really what it was, or that it was an import or anything like that. I just saw it in the racks when I first started, buying Beatles records, and thought, that looks all right, I'll have that. It must have been cheap or something like that. But I've had it since about 1976. I reckon I played it twice, I think. But these albums they're great. I'm really.
I love this. I love this.
They sound great. I'm really enjoying the sort of the alternative running order of the tracks.
Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful.
I thought the packaging is fantastic. I saw someone doing a review saying these sound much better than the original albums. I haven't got anything to compare that with, but you guys have. So don't know what you think, but I don't know if you had a chance to.
No, I don't have them. I bought the blue Meet the Beatles, and I just played like 2 tracks on it. I don't really have the best setup at the moment, so it's not the best. I won't judge by that. But what I want to know is, I do want to know a few things. I'm excited here about this. If I would have known, I would have done a special video, interview with you. Is this the first time you're hearing "I Feel Fine" and "She's a Woman" with the echo?
It is, but I haven't got to Beatles 65 yet, so I haven't actually heard them. But I've played all the others. I've got that one still to go. But it's really surprised me, because everyone seemed to be so down about them, and they got a bad rap. And I know sort of everyone was disappointed that this was coming out instead of a regular UK album remix box set that everyone was expecting, that they've done sort of every year up until now. But now, having heard these, I want the rest. I want to get
great.
I want to get Beatles 6, and I want to get the American Rubber Soul and Revolver and Yesterday's and Today. And Hey Jude is another one that I had right early on. Didn't really realize that it was a compilation or an import or anything, but it's an album that I've always loved, because it's just got such a crazy track listing. It's got things like I think it's got "Can't Buy Me Love" and "I Should Have Known Better."
Yeah, that's really fit,
and then it's got things like "Don't Let Me Down" and "Hey Jude" and
I think that's because "Can't Buy Me Love" and "I Should Have Known Better." I think because they weren't on a Capitol album at that time.
Let me ask a question. I'm just curious. I haven't heard anybody mention it, but is this set available on CD?
No.
It was
old in the old days. I think 2004, 2006. There were 2 Capitol box sets that came out.
Okay.
Part 1 and a part 2. But this new release is vinyl only.
It's only vinyl.
The 2014 square box. They don't use the masters of the Capitol.
That's the one they used, the 2009 remake.
Now wait a minute, I got a lot to ask you. I'm sorry, Danny. I didn't know there was going to be so much.
No.
Sorry, Danny. I mean to butt in. Go on.
Go for it, Joe. Go for it.
Sound, because I haven't heard them, so I'm hoping they sound like the original Capitals. Like the Beatles' second album is notorious for having. It sounds like it feels like it's my favorite album of all time. The Beatles' second album. And it has a real rock feel. It has a lot of rock songs on it, and it really, if it's the same same masters of the '60s, it's really like in your face. It's really punchy and rocky.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very loud and very, very rocky. And yes, it's got it's mostly covers, isn't it, on that album?
Yeah, yeah,
Quite a lot,
true.
lot of covers.
Covers,
It's
yeah.
got "She Loves You" and "I'll Get You" on it, and I think you can't.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, thank you, girl. Which sounds brilliant. I thought it sounded brilliant, and
Yeah.
someone commented on my video of me unboxing it, that they've compared them against the UK mono, the mono box, the white box, the tracks in there, and they said it doesn't sound as good as those, but from I haven't done that comparison, but I will do it, but from memory, these sound great. They sound more punchy. I can notice Ringo's drums seem to be louder in the mix. I don't know if that's just me misremembering. I need to listen to them against the UK mono albums. Yeah, that's just what someone said. But lots of people have said that they sound really good, and that's what I thought. I thought they sounded really good.
Yeah, I'm glad. Maybe there'll be a new lease on life for these things. A lot of people put them down, but now maybe this new set will help people appreciate them. Is this the first time that you've ever heard "Thank You, Girl" with the harmonica?
Yes, it's got extra. I've noticed that it's got extra bits of harmonica in it.
It's so much better that way. It really is.
It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of reasons that I wanted to sort of get involved in this as a Brit. And I mean, firstly, because I've never, ever owned these albums. And these albums to buy here, firstly, you don't see them very often. And if you do see them, in secondhand shops, they're expensive and they're probably a bit beat up because, they're old.
True.
So I kind of wanted them from that point of view of having them for the first time. But you kind of, as a fan, I kind of want to know, what it must have felt like for first generation Beatles fans hearing these for the first time, because whatever people say about these albums, they are so important to the Beatles' history, because without the support of the American fans, the Beatles would never have been as big as they were, because it's just America is such a huge market, and they would never have been this global thing, I don't think,
Right.
without the success of these albums.
Well, I mean, the thing about I keep sticking with "Thank You, Girl." I love how that's the way I heard it since a little kid. When it says "way that you do" and you hear the echoing harmonica, and then at the end, that's the kind of love that is too good to be true. And then it echoes the words. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
You need that.
The
first time, now a guy like me, the first time I ever heard the British ones.
I got to meet the Beatles mug. I didn't even know I had.
You had to
meet the Beatles mug, but I have. Yeah.
I mean, I knew. The thing is, I knew. That we're hearing the UK for the first time. When I did, it sounded much cleaner, which was a revelation at the time. But the thing is, I wasn't used to when I heard the single of "Thank You, Girl." At the end, it just goes dun 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 dun. It's like, come on, there's no harmonica flourish at the end. It's like I don't like it that way. And there's some other ones too. How do you like "I Want to Hold Your Hand" starting off?
Starting off, meet the Beatles. Yeah. It's a good start. I mean, it's a great track, and it's just really interesting hearing them in this order on an album. We didn't there was we had singles that on albums here, "Love Me Do" and "Please Please Me" were on Please Please Me, and "A Hard Day's Night" and "Can't Buy Me Love" on "Hard Day's Night. "Help," "Ticket to Ride" was on "Help." So we did have some standalone singles as well, and that I think that's the Bruce Spicer notes are really good as well, and I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from those as well, about the American albums, because I think I think that you guys know more about the British albums than we do about the American albums, and it's time that we caught up.
Oh, sure.
I think, and you know.
You know, the British albums, obviously, that's the way they were intended. So you have to know those. But you know, when you know, I don't want to go ahead to Revolver if you ever get that. I mean, I keep saying this; it's an old argument. You know, Revolver, obviously, the UK Revolver is so much superior because it's got so many more tracks. But we didn't need them in the US because you got the Beatles Yesterday and Today first, which had tracks from Revolver in advance.
Yeah.
So you need them.
You know, there are a few tracks, aren't there, that you guys got before we did, like Bad Boy, for example.
Bad Boy,
we didn't get that till '66, and so it's interesting. I just like the fact that I'm hearing something that I haven't heard before. I'm hearing the songs in different orders. I know you can do things like playlists nowadays. You can put whatever order you want, but there's nothing really like, you know, putting a record on a record deck and like just listening to an album from start to finish. But the Bruce Spicer notes in there are really interesting to me because I'm learning lots. So it's good. It's good.
How about the Hard Day's Night one from United Artists? It's a soundtrack movie album, so it's got music in it.
Like instrumentals from the film and stuff like that. Well, you know, these are you know, instrumentals that I've never owned, so you know, I'm getting them for the first time. So you know,
can I have a minute? Oh, sorry. Can I have a minute? I just want you to know I'm not a Beatles expert. That's why I'm very quiet. I don't know what you guys are just listening. I just know the songs. I don't know anything else. You know what I mean? I never knew they had so many different tracks of the same song. You know what I mean? Different albums out there. Joe's kind of has a smile on his face. So I'm just going to listen because this subject here, I'm pretty dumb.
Relax. You need to give your brain a rest once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. I just want you to know that, you know, I'm very quiet because of that reason. You know, I'm not a Beatles expert.
Are you waiting for us to get around to Oasis, right?
Yeah. How'd you know?
I'll be quiet then. But I want to also something new. Something new. I love having Slow Down and Matchbox.
Yeah,
and you always got some Beatles stuff there.
Yeah, because of the you know the you know the standalone Long Tall Sally EP. You know, a lot of the EPs had tracks that were on the albums, but Long Tall Sally was like 4 new tracks, and you know, me collecting the Beatles, you know, because you know I started in 1976. That's when I got into the Beatles, and you know, I'd got all the albums, but there was still all these, you know, standalone B-sides that I had to find. You know, I had to get, like I'll Get You and This Boy and the Long Tall Sally EPs. And when the Rock and Roll Music album came out, they were all on that. So that was me basically, you know, completing the set when that album came out. But obviously, you know, in Britain, you know, unless you bought the Long Tall Sally EP in 1964, you probably had to wait till 1976 to be able to buy it. You know, if you didn't have it, because you know, EPs weren't easy to find. You know, in the 70s.
Yeah. Right. That's why I've always been a fan of the singles and things being on the records. Trying to think one other thing. How about I'll Cry Instead? Is this the first time, if you even noticed, that there was an extra verse John sings?
Yeah, extra verse. Yeah,
twice. It's not repeated. Some people think it's the first verse just repeated again. It's a different
lyric. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all these differences are really, you know, they're interesting. Interesting.
So I'm really glad to hear that, because, you know, there's not many people I get to talk to who've never heard them before and actually enjoy them too.
Yeah,
you know? So I'm curious if you ever get to hear Rubber Soul. That's a tough one if you're used to the UK, because So many American fans love having it open, the album open with "I've Just Seen a
I've just seen
Face."
a face, yeah.
It
It's
sounds like,
like a folk rock album, isn't it?
yeah, and then you flip
Yeah.
it over and you get "It's Only Love" is the first track
Yeah.
on side 2. And to me, by the time I got around to the British albums, to me, side 2 just sounded like a mess. From what I was used to, everything was just thrown on there.
Yeah.
You know?
So as the US Rubber Soul got things like "Girl" on it and "In My Life."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. What's missing from it, "Nowhere Man's" not on it.
Oh, right. That's
Unfortunately.
one of the most folky rock songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And If I Needed Someone's not on it, but those are on the Yesterday and Today album.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else is off there. Drive My Car's not on it. Is also on Yesterday and Today. Those 3 are on Yesterday and Today.
Okay.
So you got Yesterday and Today. You got Drive My Car, and Your Bird Can Sing, open side 2. I mean, what a great song to open an album.
Yeah.
And Your Bird Can Sing, side 2 especially.
Yeah, and I was kind of getting that from Bruce Spicer's notes. You know, Dave Dexter takes a lot of flack, I think, but he thought really carefully about this running order on all these albums. He put together what tracks would be on, which tracks he would leave out, because on the second album, the Beatles' second album, there's I think 5 the 5 tracks with the Beatles are missing from that. So he had to decide which tracks and think about the running order and stuff like that. And I think he deserves quite a lot of credit because he can't. I think he kind of knew from what Bruce Spicer's saying in these notes. He kind of knew the American audience. He knew that they wanted singles on the albums. He knew what would sound good on American radio and what wouldn't sound so good. Because all those some of those covers left off of Meet the Beatles, with the Beatles songs that were left off Meet the Beatles. Dave Dexter thought that American audiences wouldn't be interested in a British band doing cover versions of American artists.
Well, what about Till There Was You? Is that what?
Yeah, that's on Meet the Beatles, isn't it?
That's on there.
Yeah, that's the only cover, isn't it, on that?
I believe on Meet the Beatles, that's it, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's all original material, which is, pretty good. To have, at that stage in their career, to have, almost a full album of original songs.
Have you ever heard the false start version of "I'm Looking Through You"?
I don't think I have. No.
Well, is that also on the Stereo UK? It probably is.
No, I don't think so. No,
I can't listen to it any other way except the full.
What without the full start?
Yeah, I can't.
So that's on the US Rubber Soul, then, right?
Yeah, but I believe the stereo one only. I hope I know my stuff there. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but don't worry. We'll save Danny in a little while. But I just want to say here, these songs here, the ones that are on Rubber Soul songs that are on Yesterday and Today. And then if you figure you got And Your Bird Can Sing opening up side 2, I'm Only Sleeping is on. That's another one. I'm Only Sleeping is on that album, Yesterday and Today. They also have We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper on Yesterday and Today. It's really not. And it ends with Yesterday. Yesterday is the last song that ends with it.
Yeah.
Which I think is perfect.
Okay.
Here's a message for Danny.
I enjoy it, but we have 2 experts here talking, and people in the comments are learning something.
I hope you learn.
I don't mind being quiet. You know what I mean? This is a treat. We don't always have Billy Tone up here. It's a real treat for everybody. I don't know about Joe.
I'm learning something just by reading the comments going down. Everyone's telling me what tracks are on which albums and stuff.
Tim Allen, a local Walmart is actually carrying a couple of the individual American releases. Yeah, I heard that they were at Walmart around here. Good morning, Richard says.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard.
Good morning. And we're the ball buster.
I missed a lot of comments, but it's hard to get. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, I grew up with these. I mean, I love the instrumental event. I love her. I love that. I love Ringo's theme. This boy from the movie. I love that.
Hi,
So,
Russ. Hi, Russ.
See that? An outstanding guy. Outstanding.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
That's right.
That's really nice. Thank you, Richard.
So, yeah, I'm trying. I think I got all my questions into the oddities. Well, there's another one that I could really like. I'd want to know from a real expert. I mean, not that you're not an expert. I mean, somebody who's familiar with the U.S. albums like I am. There's a difference in When I Get Home and one of the verses off Something New, and it's the mono version, which this is.
Yeah.
I made a video a long time ago, and I don't want to sing it, but the line "I'll love her more till I walk out that door" is a little different.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to exaggerate a little bit, but on the mono Something New, I believe it's the mono, it says "I'll love her more." Then it says "till I walk out that door."
Okay.
It's a little exaggerated.
Exaggerated. Okay.
I'll
have a listen out for that.
And I would really like to know. And the other one is the regular is kind of bouncy. Till I walk out that door. This one, till I walk. It's a little more like one little verse is different. So, thank you. By the way, Michael, I want to thank you for your support. We won't go into too much detail, Michael, but I know you were supporting me, and I appreciate that. Put in a good word.
Hello, Michael.
No, Tone is not. If I could, no, I consider myself a first, but with this thing,
no, I don't. I consider myself a second generation Beatles fan because when I sort of got into them, that they're already done. It was 1976, so obviously I was born during I was born in 1961, so I was there throughout the 60s, but I wasn't particularly into pop music at that time.
Yeah. And we went through this. I think yesterday we were talking about this. I always said I always considered myself a second generation fan because, like you, I didn't get really heavily into it until 75, that. But I knew about them when they were doing it, and I was a fan of them. I had records and stuff when I was. So somebody said, "Well, then you're a first." I said, "Okay, you say so."
Yeah.
Wow, I'm choking here too, Danny. I don't know what's going on.
I always think of it, to be like first generation fan, you had to really be buying those albums as they came out. Well, some of them, not necessarily all of them, but if you went into a record shop in 1968 and bought the White Album, then you're a first generation fan. But the first album that I bought, as it came out, I think was Rock and Roll Music.
Oh yeah, that's one of the very first ones. That's the first time I got to hear some of the White Album songs. I hadn't heard the White Album yet and things like that.
Yeah.
But speaking of the White Album, I might as well throw this in. On my ride up here, I played the 2009 version on CD of the White Album, which I haven't played maybe since 2009 because there's been all other kinds of ones, and I love that. It's one of the best listens I ever had to the White Album. And I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna get clobbered for this. I like them better than Giles Martin. Some of the Giles Martin ones I may like, but I don't know. I like the sound of this a lot. Things were separated more. Instruments, I could feel them breathe. I say breathe. They were breathing. I could hear everything. They weren't all like muffled. Muffled, not be lost. Muffled's not a good word because that's true. But they're all like together at the same volume or something, and swallowed up. And I'm not losing instruments. This was more breathing around. I just loved it. That's all I could say.
Yeah, I must admit, I haven't listened to it for a while.
Yeah. What's going on, Danny? It's your turn.
I'm coughing a lot. I got that cough back again.
Oh man,
I got it muted because I get phone calls. My agent calls. You know what I mean. I'm going to CBS, right?
No.
Yeah, sure, right.
A lot of interruptions tonight, but I'm listening. It's nice to relax. You know what I mean? I can't be chaotic all the time. You know what I mean? We'll talk about Oasis later. The new Beatles.
Get in line for the new Beatles. I've heard them all. I've heard the Bay City Rollers. I heard the Knack. I heard In Sync,
There's
Backstreet
nobody.
Boys.
Wait a minute. There's nobody like Noel Gallagher. He's a genius songwriter. He's the new Paul McCartney.
Well, aren't you an Oasis fan, Beatle Tone?
I used to be. I like
to be.
I've got definitely maybe. I've got What's the Story, Morning Glory. I've got Be Here Now, and I've got Standing on the Shoulder and Heathen Chemistry, and then I dropped out because I don't know. I think each album is a little bit worse than the one before. They're a band of diminishing returns, I think.
That's all a matter of opinion.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, they've got millions of fans. The tickets for their shows sold out. Have you got tickets to see them?
He's not.
No. Next year I'll buy the tickets. I'm not, because they might have an argument, right? That's the end of the tour. Huh?
You're not going. You're not going.
I am going.
He's going to wait till the last minute in case the tour is called off and he's out of money. He's not money.
To Robin.
We are definitely going, Joe. No doubt about it.
There you go.
But then
I don't care if I gotta buy the tickets, guys.
Oh yeah, you're gonna buy tickets? That's a good deal. I'm going.
Danny's too cheap. Danny, I don't understand you.
You are a meathead. A meathead, dead from the neck up. Meathead.
Who's on with you guys tonight?
Beatley Tone. He's from England. We have a special.
Hey, look, the Wax is here. I hope it's a real. You never know with this world, but
I want you to call me a moron.
Yeah.
I'll be honored for you to call me a moron. I love the Wax.
Call him one.
Yeah, all I need now is a hat. I'm gonna do the same thing you do.
I know. I don't want to start having a little argument with Beatley Tone because I'm not big. I don't like the new Revolt. I thought I liked it until I listened to the old one again. I said I like the old one, believe it or not.
Yeah, but the old one's got it's the panning of
that's what
singing on one side and music on the other. I think this is why I really like the Giles remixes, because he sorts all that out. He sorts out that terrible panning.
Well, that's what I always thought, because I'm not big on the panning. But I was surprised. I was listening after hearing the Giles one. I went back to, I guess it was the 2009, I guess, CD, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I like Taxman better. Eleanor Rigby, I think he fixed Eleanor Rigby. I liked Eleanor Rigby on the Giles one. Yeah, and some other ones too I liked. Yeah. So what do you got now? You got your dog there again, Danny? Come on, Danny.
Yeah, because I'm in the other room and he wants to be by me. You know what I mean?
He wants to be a daddy's gigi.
Buffalo Beetle. Giles Martin would rather take creative liberty than make logical adjustments. Well, I'm sorry, Giles. You're the wrong man for it. I don't care if your name is Martin. This is my opinion. Sacrilege to a lot of fans. I like Paul Hicks much better overall.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Oh,
I do like Giles Martin's remix. Like, I'm about 80 to 90% of them. I like. I think he's doing some really good things, especially with the with the stereo where there was mistakes in it, like that terrible edit in the middle of I Am the Walrus, when it goes into the English country, sitting in an English garden. That bit, terrible edit in the stereo, doesn't exist in the mono. He fixed it. He fixed bits of the backwards guitar that were missing on I'm Only Sleeping. So he's done some good things. I know you don't like the cymbals being quieted down in She Said, But you know,
Yeah. And what else was there? I always try to give him credit because I always say I did, for the most part, enjoy the Red album that he did with the early tracks. I hated She Loves You. I hated that. That was a real disappointment to me. But the rest of it, I think I liked. And what Tim Allen says here, I think the White Album's the least of them because it's hit and miss. Some of them I like, and some of them I don't. The songs, but I know one thing that I enjoyed tonight, hearing the 2009. I got to hear Ringo loudly at the end say, "I got blisters on my fingers," really loud, the way it's supposed to be. So, poor Danny, feel bad.
I really want to say yes. I really want to say yes. This is what I'm hanging on to. There's two things that I'm hanging on to, and that is Paul is still advertising the archive collection in the Got Back tour book, which arrives in England in December, and I'm going to one of the shows. So he's still doing that, and then they've just brought out. You know, they're doing this the Japanese SHM CD releases. They're doing them in batches. The second batch, which I think goes Venus and Mars, Speed of Sound, Wings Over America, and then not London Town, but Wings Greatest. So they've missed out London Town. Now, why have they missed out London Town?
Right, that's your theory, right?
That's my theory. I'm hanging on to. I mean, it's been 4.5 years, I think, since the last archive box.
It's
so
a
it
good.
would appear that it would be dead. But why has he missed out London Town? If it's not going to be coming out as an archive, they could have, just put it out on an SHM CD.
Yours is a very sound theory. That maybe that's why. But I'm still not giving up hope in that, because a lot of people figure, like I know Tom Hunyadi always feels, I think it's done. We're done with the archive.
Yeah.
I really believe it's going to happen. It may be a long delay, but
yeah,
I don't.
They're probably right, but never give up. I can't stand them starting a series and not finishing it.
Yeah, I hear you. Tim Allen, do you want to come up? Let me know if you want to come up. Let me know, and I'll give you a link.
Eric, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing all right.
So yeah, feel free to take any comment if you want. If I didn't put it up,
Yeah. Okay.
I missed a lot of things because the grant. Hey, Grand Dude. Yeah, I didn't get that. For all those people out there that think I have to have everything, I didn't buy Hey, Grand Dude.
No, nor did I. But I did buy High in the Clouds, which is the one that came out in 2005, I think it was. And the only reason I bought it was because Paul was doing a signing at Waterstones, and I got a wristband for it. So I got to meet him for the very first time. And you had to buy a book, to get him to sign him, and go up to his little table and have a little chat. You get about a minute with him or something. And so I mean, that wouldn't have been something that I would have bought off my own bat. I wouldn't have bought a kiddie's book. Yeah.
Well, you do what you have to do.
If Paul wasn't going to sign it.
No, obviously you need it. But I saw that Skylar Moody managed to get to the New York City premiere of Beatles 64. I didn't know that she got to meet Paul. That I didn't know. That's amazing that she's met Paul. If that's the case, she's got to meet Paul and Ringo, and in a short span of time together. That's pretty amazing, and good for her. What do you think of the Lewis and debacle? Why are they keeping him from doing the They're not keeping him from doing the research.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the restrictions are exactly, but I know that he has been, he's persona non gratis as far as Apple are concerned. They think, well, George thought when they did he went in and did stuff for the anthology, and some stuff came out on bootlegs and stuff like that, and they thought that he was responsible for it because he was the only person that had access to these tapes. It might not have even been the anthology. It might have been when they did the Abbey Road thing in the early 90s. I'm not sure, but apparently he hasn't got the access to all the archives like he used to have.
I see, said the blind man. Danny, so what's new with you? I feel bad for Danny.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I want Beatley Tone on too. Maybe we can do a Fab Gab or some show sometime. We'll talk more about the American albums after you've listened to them all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be good.
Beatley Tone question.
Have you heard the new Band Aid 2024 mix? Can't seem to find it here in the States. No, I haven't, but I don't really listen to radio much. I mean, I know it's coming out. I know it's coming out on I think it's colored vinyl. I think it's coming out as a 12-inch single, and I'm not sure exactly. Is it the remix of the 1984 version, or is it like today's pop stars doing it? Because I know they did one in the 90s, I think, and it had all current people on it, like Kylie and some other people at that particular time. But no, I haven't seen it, and I haven't heard it either.
So what did you do? Did you do anything interesting today, Beatley Tone? How was your day today?
Today, no, I've just been listening to music and answering comments on my channel.
Oh boy, you had a busy day.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
I wanted to do that. I thought Danny would like that. I'd bother somebody else for a check. That's the only reason I did that. Danny doesn't.
Yeah, I've done bugger all today, apart from.
No, Danny doesn't fall for that trick anymore. Sorry.
You know what I did all day long today? Talk to Joe Mayo on the phone and message.
No, you didn't. We didn't talk all day. Come on. You know how many people?
At least 4 hours. What are you talking about?
Oh, stop exaggerating. I talked to my mother. I was on longer with my mother than I was on with you.
Did you not do a show this morning then, you two?
No.
Right. Okay.
Tuesday night I do this one, and you're always welcome. Tuesday night. I remember I told you a while ago. I mean, I was going to do a routine where I was going to do Beatles shows every Tuesday. I don't know if that's why you're here or not, but
no. I was just on doing more comments on my video, and it just popped up that you were live. So I thought I'd just finish them, and I'll come and have a listen to what you were talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught that. What Elvin is saying here, Beatley Tone. Like I thought I was getting a copy of the box set. I didn't buy it or anything, but my store had a copy. Said, come on down. They want you to do a review of it, and he got the box set. I thought, they sent me a box. Somebody did. And then I get there, I realized, no, they sent the store copy for the store.
Oh, right.
Okay. And they wanted me to, they were asking if I could make a little video of it. Anyway, the distributor asked.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I said, okay, I thought I was going there to get the box, but I mean, I'm fine with my originals on those. But I hear a lot of people are saying they sound better than the originals. I don't know. So
the other thing that I think that's happened, it sounds like that they've really underestimated the demand for this. I saw a video saying that there was one store that was only able to fulfill about 3% of the distribution for people that had pre-ordered it, and so it looks as if it's done. It looks as if it's done really well, which bodes well for them doing a second box.
You know what they might do? Did you ever see with the CDs with yesterday and today where they had. He doesn't like when I say color forms or whatever, Danny. Right? Where they had the butcher cover, you peel it off or stick it on. I will just place it on.
Ah, right, okay.
You know, it just stayed on. Like if color forms. If you ever saw color forms.
Far as I know, girls play with color forms.
Yeah, this is why. See, if you didn't come on, Beatley Tone, I'd have to deal with this. This is the kind of nonsense.
Shit.
No, I know Danny's going to say, "Oh, I'm not doing them at night anymore." You got lots of Beatles stuff to talk about. You don't need me. That's what he's going to tell me.
You know, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, how, Joe's been saying, I'm not going to buy this Beatles set, right? But how many people are thinking that he's so hired?
Yeah.
I'll tell you that part. I swear to God. When I got the text message from the Corey, when he said he showed me a picture of the box and he said this arrived from one of our distributors. Would you want to? They want to know if they watch your channel and they want to know would you do a review? And I'm like, sure. And the first thing I thought was, oh no, I got the box. They sent me the box. Everybody's gonna think I reneged. Oh, he bought it.
So did you get it? So did you get it for free? You got it for free?
No, it's not mine. It's the store's.
All right, so you got to do the video.
So I went to the store to pick it up. I figured, I'm going to go pick it up for free. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, people are going to, Danny and others are going to say, this guy's full of crap. You know he's going to buy it. He says he's not. He's going to buy it. He bought it. It wasn't the store that sent it to. And I'm like, how am I going to prove this to everybody? Then I get there and I'm ready to take it. And Corey says, no, that's ours. That's for the store. So I'm like, well, what do I have to do with it? First I said, well, I'm not going to make a video review if it's not mine. Why would I do that? Then I thought about it. And I said, no, I'll do it.
They could at least have brought it over to you though. If you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, I did them a favor. But also I figured I have content at least, some content.
Yeah.
You find it's getting harder to get content ideas? You seem to have a lot of ideas now.
Not at the moment. I've got a set of videos that I've got to make, or that I want to make. So it's just finding the time to do it. But yeah, I'm kind of a bit sort of buzzing with the channel at the moment. So because I feel as if I'm quite inspired at the moment, and it'll probably die away sort of in the new year or whatever.
Yeah.
Once I've got through this sort of batch of creativity, but obviously, when you get when there's new releases, and we've got, we had, George's box last week, and then we got the US albums this week. So there's plenty to talk about and. Unbox and review and all this sort of stuff. So, and I've got, I've got some other stuff. I've got a Paul McCartney series sort of planned, like a little mini series, and
I'm gonna have to start. You know what I need to do? I need to write ideas down, and then I always have something to go when I need go.
Yeah.
If something comes out like the Beatles 64 movie, then it's a natural video. I know I have to watch it. I don't know what to make. Yeah. But at times when there's nothing coming out, I just go in the book.
Yeah.
So, Danny, it is true. You realize Doc is here said, set your clock back an hour. What's going on?
I leave like that because in 5 months, it'd be the correct time. So I take an hour off. That's it. It's so easy. You know how big you can't tell, but that clock is huge. That clock is humongous, And I can't get to that corner because Robin got all the plants over there and stuff like that. I'm not gonna change it. I just take an hour off. It's easy. That clock is very big.
Yeah. So over here,
clocks. The one up here says 20 after 3. I think the battery went dead.
I was going to say, over here, when we were kids and just first started driving, not all cars had clocks in them. Only posh cars had clocks in it. So the only clock that you ever had was the one on your radio cassette that you and cars didn't come in Britain, a lot of cars didn't come with radio cassettes in them. You had to put them in yourself, and they had a clock on them. And whenever the clocks went backwards or forwards, it was just so impossible to change the time that you just left it.
Yeah.
In 6 months, it'll be right, and we'll leave it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I think this might be this is about the issue that we're dealing with here. I think that's probably what it is.
That's a possibility.
How'd you pronounce that name?
No, we don't know how to pronounce it. I just say Mister.
Good luck.
Listen again. If Tim Allen wants to come up, or I'm looking at the usual people that come up, Tim Allen or Doc Dacus, let me know. Say Link or something if you want to come up. You know, I always say no pressure. You don't have to, but if you want to, you know. Yeah, I was gonna do this. I think it's like what it is. There's a little joke. I don't know exactly how it goes. The Three Stooges used to use it a lot. What's the idea? He's like wearing 3 different watches on one arm. And he goes, wait a minute. What's the idea of 3 watches? Because that's how I tell the time. How do you tell the time? Well, this one runs, I don't know. I'm getting it all wrong. This one runs 2 hours fast every 2 hours. This one's an hour slow every 10 minutes. The one in the middle broke and stopped at 2 o'clock. He said, well, how do you tell the time? Well, I take this, divide this, and subtract from the 2 in the middle. Then he says, what time is it now? And he takes his hat off, and he's got to go. I don't know. He goes, 8 o'clock, simple, isn't it? And he goes, I don't know. And he goes, yeah, so are you. Smacks him in the face. It doesn't make any. They do it better than me. I don't know what the arithmetic was. Stupid. They're wearing a hat tonight there, Danny. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't need it, but look at that. So, it's not exactly, my hair's not the best. You know what I mean?
You should wear it backwards. Wear it backwards.
Oh, not me. How about this? Hey, dude. What's going on? Close enough. I wasn't about to type it all out. Well, I'll put the link up anyway, just see, because I don't want, there's certain people I would ask that I see in here. You might get, people, strange people I don't know. So anyway, wow, it must be a lot of stuff. Gary's here. I missed a lot of people. Oh, what's this? It would be great to see Danny with Mikey Arugula. Now I'm going to open another box. Danny says, Mikey, you got to save up for a rainy day. No, I'm going to buy more Beatles stuff.
Yeah, that guy has a huge collection.
Hello, Patrick Sweden. I believe you're a real person, not a robot.
Hey, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
Oh, I know Patrick. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I'm in a different building altogether. Yeah, I'm not home. I'm at a classroom.
I was going to say, you look like you're in a school.
Oh yeah, I have to come here every Tuesday night. It's a drag. It really is. Sometimes it could take an hour and a half to get here, to drive here, depending on traffic. Oh, I'm glad. Finally, we got the great Tim Allen in the wings. There he is. Hello, Tim.
Sorry, I've been fighting with my computer for the last hour, trying to get my 3 laptops synced, and I can't do it.
Oh boy!
I go on one, and the other 2 don't work, and it's like
it sucks. I know.
Yeah,
it can be really a headache, right? So. You got Doc Dacus too, Tim Allen not joining us.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Danny.
Hello, Beatley Toad. Hello, Danny.
Hello,
Tim.
Beatley.
Hi, Doc.
Home from spaghetti night.
That's right, spaghetti night. You're here on spaghetti night. You're never here on spaghetti night. Free, all you can eat spaghetti.
Yeah, well, I'm home now.
And yet you stay relatively slim.
You know I'm
Ellie, I don't know.
So anyway, I'm home now, I think. But I didn't have 3 plates. I just had 2.
Okay.
Trying to lose some pack.
Let's talk a little bit about the Popeye movie. Looks like that's more of a reality than I thought. I thought it was just an idea, but I think it's really going to happen. Popeye falls into the public domain in a year or so, and they have another one of those horror movies made out of cartoons and children's stories, and they're going to call it, instead of Popeye the Sailor Man, It's Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh.
And it says he is what he is, or something. Instead of like I am what I am, it says he is what he is, or something. And he's got those big arms with blood on them.
So that's a real thing.
I think it's a real thing. I'm gonna be there. That's for sure. I like Popeye. So.
And somehow younger people still argue that things are better today. I don't.
Hey, if you can't beat him, join him. That's what I'm starting to think. You know,
Oh, Eric.
I give up. You know. So.
Mr. Blood Vessel saw the trailer.
Oh, there really is a trailer for it?
A trailer for it?
Can't be any worse than the Robin Williams movie.
I don't like the Robin Williams movie. Hey.
A lot of people like it, actually. I was going to call these things the Mayo Bunch originally. Yeah. I was going to do that.
Hi, Romulus, Dan. How are you, bro?
I have enough people here to do a. There it is. Robin Williams Popeye. Well, Shelley Duvall is perfect for olive oil.
It's in widescreen, too.
Oh, even better.
Nice.
Throw it. Hey, since we got 5 people, I'm going to show the secret square. I think who I want to be the secret square. Let's show the home audience the secret square. Who will it be tonight? I got it. You ready? Secret square.
Don't you feel stupid when he does that?
Danny, I never do it to you. You never.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, thank you anyway. It's okay.
He's got the Jack Nicholson head.
Yeah, right?
Here's Johnny.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do the movie chat. I don't think Tom's going to be joining us again if you want to do the movie. Oh, Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Thursday's Thanksgiving, so we're not doing it Thursday.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Everybody's eating a turkey.
Yeah. So we won't be doing that. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's large.
Yeah, Harry Nilsson did the soundtrack, so that was great.
Harry Nilsson did it, really?
Yeah, Harry Nilsson.
Wow.
It's true.
Yeah, my movie.
Food, food, food. All I think about is food, food, food.
How about? I only know some Popeye songs. I want a clean shaven man. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic if the killer Popeye talks like that. That's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's an accent. The guy's head goes. They should do a thing like when he eats spinach, he gets violent or something.
When are you gonna blow me down?
Oh, brother. Everybody's noticing Danny's new room.
No, Joe, this is my girlfriend's house. Don't tell my wife.
Oh, is that what? Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. I got my Robin here. You know, before she married me, her name was Robin Williams, for real. Spelled the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
Danny,
everybody here?
Christmas. Danny, that looks like very Christmassy up there.
Yeah, she got this Christmas stuff out in the corner over there. She's got to put it up, around the window and all that crap. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
He's starting already. He's starting already.
I'm actually into it a little.
Thanksgiving, so she got a couple more days. Then she can put
right
up.
now I'm baking.
Is anybody here like George Harrison's Extra Texture album? Raise your hand.
If you like it, say.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Oh, he wants to raise his hand or not? Nobody's raising their hand.
No, I'm putting my hands down.
No, it's unanimous.
Oh. Can't stop thinking about. Can't stop thinking about. Can't stop thinking about. Well, I thought this was mine. Well, I leave the dog behind. Well, the rain is on the high.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Mayo looks like Tony Clifton. You remember Andy Kaufman's sidekick?
I think
Andy
I know the
Kaufman's
words now
sidekick.
of that one. Oh, sure.
Tony Clifton.
Oh, when I was listening to the Beatles' White Album in the car, we've heard it before. My girlfriend's with me. I listened to Revolution 9. And after a while, she goes, she never really criticize it, but she goes, what the hell is this crap? You know? And I said, you've heard this before. Revolution 9. It's awful, she says. I said, well, of course it's awful, but a lot of people, there's actually people out there that like it. I always say, if I'm going to listen to the White Album, I'll listen to it all the way through straight.
Mm-hmm. I tolerate it.
Yeah, I tolerate it. I won't listen to it on its own, but I'll listen to it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Block that kid. Block that kid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the comments. Now I have the comments. Robin, well, what happened? Oh, okay. Tim, did you read the thing about the Laurel and Hardy Year 2 Blu-ray?
I know that it's coming out. I've seen I've already seen one video on it.
Yeah. And,
yeah.
I ordered the Columbo. I reordered the Columbo series on Blu-ray, and as I get here, I'm like over an hour. I'm an hour or more away from my home. I get the notice, an email that it's arrived. So it's sitting in the dark on my stoop.
Yeah, don't worry. They got porch pirates. Don't worry about it. When you get home, you're not going to find it. Be gone. Somebody's going to be in the glory.
You're an evil man, Danny.
Yeah. No, I know Joe Mayo is thinking about because he's got to stay in that room 2 hours. It takes him an hour to get home. So I know all this time until he gets home, he's going to be worried about his Blu-ray.
I'm not thinking about it constantly. I'm thinking that our other three guests here don't watch my show with you every day. So do you three know the story of the ticks, the little ticks, or what Danny and the ticks?
No.
Of course, Danny got ticks.
Danny, yes, and he loves torture and ticks. He tortures them. Tell the story.
No, I got 3 dogs. I live in the country. Of course, they get ticks. You know what I mean? So when I find the tick in a dog, I say,
you really are.
You're trying to make my dog sick. Now you're gonna die. So I pull the tick off. I go over to the ashtray and I give him like 10 seconds to live. And I say, okay, execution time. I get a lighter. Boom! I burn them and they pop.
Oh,
nasty! The ticks are nasty. They're nasty. They serve no.
Actually, say, go. You say, go out. Try to make my dog sick, will you? Like that. That's terrible.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TikTok.
I get ticked off. You know what I mean?
Danny said he can't go to my place. His car won't make it.
I don't know.
He's driving a car that's like 30 years old or something.
No. It's 1997 Toyota Avalon. It runs like a top. It's beautiful. It doesn't even look that old. No, I'm going to get there. I'm just afraid about getting lost.
We gotta have GPS today, Danny.
Yeah, they're not always right. We use that and they sent us the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times. I remember one time we were leaving in New Jersey. We went to the Beatle Fest, and we were going home at night. And it took us, right? We start going home. It takes us around. Then we go back to a toll, have to pay the toll, back to the Beatle Fest. It happened 2 or 3 times. Took us back to pay the toll like 3 times. I'm like, what the? The setting was right too. I think the setting was right.
What a cash grab!
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
cash grabs. Yeah, you could get punishment for that, Danny. Torture and ticks.
Oh, they die instantly. They're nasty. They're really nasty. And sometimes they're hard to get off your dog. They get embedded in there, and then you have to do the best you can without hurting the dog to get it out. Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah.
Joe liked that story. The first time I told him, he couldn't stop laughing. We did it on a live stream.
That was funny. I'll let you
I
guys.
never seen Joe laugh so hard.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Joe.
Mad team. Probably before the weekend. The review will be up.
Very soon.
And I heard when you take a tick off, you don't use anything like alcohol or anything like that, because the tick gets stressed and it will release poisons into the dog. You want to get the tick. Keep him relaxed. If he gets if you put alcohol and stuff on him like that, he's gonna regurgitate it, and they carry Lyme's disease and all other kind of diseases, not only Lyme's.
Ticks are no fun.
And my wife has Lyme's disease, and
Hey, don't you ever unmute yourself if I mute you?
well, I thought it did by itself.
I think if we did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles remake, I'd have to be Steve Martin, I guess. Right? Who would I be? Steve Martin? I mean,
Oh, I've seen that movie a long time ago. I don't remember. Is it Candy in there? What's his name? Candy?
Yeah, John Candy.
John Candy.
John Candy.
yeah.
And Jack Nicholson.
Sure.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Jack
Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. Joe would be John Candy for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah, right.
Hey, put on some
that.
nice soothing classical music, get the tick off.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Boy, oh boy. Oh well, I agree that it's the worst Beatles song, but I don't consider it a real song. So I think that's a cop out. Whenever people ask me, I never say that.
First Beatles song is Honey Pie.
I don't like honey pie. Wild honey pie or honey pie?
Or Wild. I should say Wild Honey Pie.
Oh, I like
I'll
Wild
take
Honey
honey pie. I'll take wild honey pie over honey pie.
Well, I won't. I like honey pie.
I like
Well, Honey Pie, but not Wild Honey Pie.
But it's always see. That's the thing. That's why I always answer it's either Revolution 9 or Wild Honey Pie or I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't really consider Wild Honey Pie a song either.
Yeah, me either.
Anything under a minute, is that really a song?
It's got music to it. It's got instruments and stuff. And
Doesn't
singing.
have any.
It's a well, I don't know.
Revolution
It's a
9 is audio.
I don't know. It's hard, because I eliminate before I give that. I eliminate Revolution 9. I eliminate Wild Honey Pie. I eliminate Dig It. I eliminate Maggie. I eliminate, all Her Majesty. All these things that are like little things because it's a cheat. You pick a little short song, or you pick. I get rid of Flying because it's instrumentally really. Then I say now I'll pick one, the least favorite out of those. I always say all together now. I don't know. I can't stand
Mr.
that.
Moonlight.
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Moonlight. Go ahead, Doc. Mr. Moonlight.
Is Doc a fan of Mr. Moonlight?
Yeah.
You're a large fan of
The
this
thing is that John's vocal on that is fantastic, but the backing sounds like the music that you get in a 1970s porn movie.
Doesn't bother me.
It's not good as a Beatle track. Let's put it that way.
I like it. I love the little organ. Has Paul ever given an explanation about what Wild Honey Pie is?
Yeah, sort of. He just I think he said that he he just asked the others if he could go into one of the other. I think it was recorded at Trident. I think he went into one of the other studios and just put this thing together. And apparently, I think Patty Harrison really liked it, so that's how it got on the White Album. It's just, you know, it was 1968. Everything was crazy then.
Well, Paul's always like doing these short little things. Yeah. Soggy Noodle and Mumbo Link and Bebop Link, and you know he still does them. He still does them today. Yeah. He opened Egypt Station with a little linky thing. You know, he still likes doing that.
Well, I'm not playing this game. I don't like this game.
I did this. I did it on my channel, and I can't remember.
Yeah, see, those are the kind of videos I have to make.
Yeah, I did it on my channel. You know,
yeah, it's time
one
to
of
do
these
that.
things that if you went before YouTube, if you ever went on a Beatles forum, you know, there'd always be a thread going about, you know, cut the White Album down into one album, and you know, everyone would come up with a different 15 songs, I suppose, more or less. And it's just well, if you want to, it's a way to kill several hours of your life, I suppose.
I'm sure I've done it before. On different Beatles shows and things. But, you know, like I said, trying to get, when you have no real content that you can think of to make, I might have to start doing that. Take all the tracks, the first track off every Beatle album, and rank them.
Right. And then you could do closing tracks.
Yeah, closing tracks. You know,
and then you could do track 4.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, track 4.
We're gonna have to start doing it to get more, and those are the ones that'll get a lot of views. That's the funny thing about it. Yeah. I am the backwards traveler.
Hi, James.
James Farley. Oh, missed it. Any Skinner fans out there?
Oh yeah.
I like a few songs.
Yeah. It's a limited. I've got one more from the road and a compilation. I don't feel like I need anything else apart from that. But used to like them.
I met Donnie Van Zandt from 38 Special twice. He gave me a guitar pick. You know, they were cool guys, but you could tell they're real partyers, you know. But
you're kidding.
Southern rock is good. I love Southern rock, you know.
Yeah.
Donnie's retired now because he's got ear damage, you know, from all the amplifiers and stuff like that. So he's not in 38 Special anymore.
Oh, not Freebird. Oh no.
No.
Yeah, you can't overplay that song 100 times. You know, it's a great song. I don't listen to radio. And that's where you get tired of listening to songs. If you listen to like WPDH, it's Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. It's the same songs over and over again.
Yeah,
and then, you know, but if you like a song, you know, you can't hate it. You know, you just get tired of hearing it. But radio will do a song in, you know.
I've grown to dislike a lot of songs I loved because of radio, like Hotel California.
You play your own music in the car. When you go in the car, see, in my car, I got cassette, I got CD player and radio, you know. So I usually play my cassettes. I go for my cassettes, you know. You could throw them around. They play wonderful. I got them for like 40 years, and they play perfect, you know. And I throw cassettes. The only thing is finding the songs is a pain in the ass because you got to fast forward. You know, it's hard to find the song, but still, I love cassettes.
Danny, do you make your own cassettes?
I used to. I got tons. I got like maybe 600-700 cassettes.
Wow.
You know, I used to record off the radio, and I used to record albums. I used to, you know.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
You're a pain in the ass. You are a pain in the ass when you do that shit.
That's a sign of a misspent youth, isn't it? 600-700 cassettes of mixed.
Well, I did the same thing. I could not off radio. Well,
you know, I used to record albums. You know, on Onkyo Techniques turntable, Onkyo cassette. I used to record albums. You know, I used to borrow from my friend. Used to borrow mine, and I recorded a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? And I got pre-recorded. You know.
Yeah.
These days, you just pick one of these and plug it in.
Oh, you got that thing? Oh no, those little things. Don't lose
Yeah,
it. Whatever.
I made copies just in case.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't have that stuff. You know, I don't do that stuff no more. You know, I got plenty of music. I got loads. You know.
Right now, this thing has almost 7,000 songs on it of my choosing.
Yeah, but how do you find
There's
them? How do
no
you
free bird on this. However,
How do
there
you
is
find your
some
songs? How do you find a song on that? How do you find it? Let's say I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. How do you find it?
Oh, there's a search button you can hunt for it, but yeah.
do you have any? Do you have any Oasis on there?
Oh, heads this.
No.
You know, when I get kinks in the back, I generally go to the desert.
The desert?
Yeah, desert. Oasis. Oasis.
I'm very surprised because Tim Allen likes Oasis. I'm very surprised because he likes garage band.
I didn't stop listening to music in 1985 like most people my age.
Yeah, like Joe Mayo. Like Joe Mayo.
I like some songs from all years after that. But 85 in general was the me from 55 to 85 was the best. And then there were some sprinkles for me.
I prefer the 90s way more than the 80s, to be honest.
Oh yeah, why don't we do it in the road? That's another one. You know, come on with that thing. But I don't mind it because it's just a segue. You know, it's like it's a little it's a little fun between the regular songs. You know what I mean?
I love the White Album because it's just so diverse.
It is,
and it's got I always think of it it's perfect in its imperfections. I love all those little silly songs like why don't we do it in the road and Wild Honey Pie, stuff like that. But I mean, they wouldn't make my whittled down single album, but I still like them.
Right. Well, when I was listening to it, and I've been thinking this for some time. I can't pick a favorite Beatle album, but a lot of times I say the White Album these days.
Yeah, it's my favorite anyway.
And boy, does that song "Good Night" to me anyway sound great after sitting through Revolution 9. Perfect way to end it.
What you were saying about getting fed up of songs because you overhear them on the radio.
Yeah.
It's the same playing in a band. You'd never agree to do a song that you really love because you will end up hating it if you play it in a band. We've been doing Don't Look Back in Anger as an encore now for about 4 years, and I just don't ever want to hear it again. It was a song that I loved, and it's very annoying that can happen.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
This is the first record store day I can remember where I don't want anything.
Nah, I'm not going for it.
I might go. I haven't gone in a couple of years, but I haven't even looked at the list. I don't even know what's out, but I might go just for something to do.
I do love the "Can You Take Me Back" bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one Paul did. Paul loves doing those.
Sure.
Unfinished songs.
That's true.
Well, I mean, you look at how many of his albums have one. I just remembered there's a link on Tug of War. He likes doing these little link songs.
Yeah. Be What You See.
Yeah. There's links on a lot of his records.
Listen, Doc, I was thinking on that little gadget that you have there. Does that have that awful, awful, awful Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. The Wonder Who.
Why, of course.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, it's on there. Oh yeah, gotta have a little levity. But just to 38 special, nice. But just to reply to James Farrow, he says, "Is there any Bob Dylan on here?" Of course not. David Gilmour will never be on my USB.
Not even Lay Lady Lay.
Oh. Stop it. Just stop it.
You guys Did anybody ever hear of this group here? Where's the camera? Where am I?
Down a bit.
Sweet.
Honeymoon Suite.
Oh, Honeymoon Suite, sure.
Yeah, they're
A
from
movie, is that a movie?
they're from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I met them too. They were very nice.
I
Is there
was
any-
the second time? No, first time maybe. I saw the Replacements. I'm standing next to this guy and talking to him like between songs and then after a little bit, and sometimes I don't know what he did. I can't remember. He was one of the guys from Honeymoon Suite.
Yeah.
Before that, he was in a band called The Restless that only did one album for Mercury, and I talked to him quite a bit. So yeah, I've met.
Yeah, those guys were very nice from Honeymoon Suite. So was 38 Special. Yeah, they made great music. They're still touring. This Honeymoon Suite is still around.
Oh,
One
They're
headline.
old, but they're still playing.
And these pics were actually used at the concert. These are not. No, these were used.
Step.
You can see. You can see. That's his fingerprints or dirt from his. You know, you can see
Don't
it.
wash it. Don't wash
No, I'm not. No, I don't care about
Man,
that.
that's all right. Come on, man. That little gadget you got there, Doc. Is there any jazz on there?
it. Vince Guaraldi.
Who put this on? It's just a random selection of notes in no particular order. For fuck's sake.
No, nothing like that. No.
I love that one.
No.
That's a classic. That one.
No, someday I'm gonna go to a music store and ask to see the sheet music for jazz. See what it looks like.
I've just seen Patrick's comment there. I did
Yeah,
not.
this one.
I did not know Tony is a musician. Well, in the loosest possible terms of musician, I'm a drummer. So that's the answer to that. Call it a musician if you like.
Lynette likes the jazz clip. Yeah.
The Scottish jazz clip.
Yeah, Scottish. Has Tone ever been to the U.S.?
Yes, I've been to New York twice. I've been to Florida twice, and I've been to California. We did a road trip, California, and went across to Yosemite, and ended up in Vegas for a few days as well. So yeah, how many is that? 5 times, I think. 5 times. So yes, I have.
Good.
I want to come more.
He's supposed to see Paul soon.
Yeah, on the 19th.
Nice.
Well, give us a full report, which I'm sure you will.
Yeah,
Don't forget to say hi for us.
December 19th.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Maybe he'll do Wonderful Christmas Time.
Yeah, we're thinking that he might.
Maybe.
He might do that.
Oh, wait a minute.
He sometimes.
I hate that song. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that. Don't even mention it.
Yeah, I used to hate it because it came out at the height of punk. Like, punk rock was happening in the UK when that came out, and I was into kind of punk, and I hated that song. And now I'm old. I'm thinking, bagpipes quite nice.
Well, let me ask you: when you go there, do you think he'll do anything from, say, the Press to Play album?
Now this album, I just can't take it.
Oh, I actually wouldn't do that anymore. I don't despise it as much as I did then. Yeah. Tone will meet Two Legs Andy. He's going to the UK.
Yeah. I'm seeing the gig I'm seeing is in London, which is nearest to me. Andy's going to Manchester, but we're going to meet up in Liverpool. So we're going to go to Liverpool and see him because Liverpool's about an hour's drive from Manchester, so he's quite close. It'd be quite close.
Yeah, and Tom's not going to be there though. Just Andy,
No,
right?
no, Tom's not going.
He's good at that.
Running out of clips.
Was he drunk then? Was he drunk?
I think so. I think he had the. I think he was having a few drinks. He was having a good time that night. I remember, and he was doing a lot more dancing. And I was up on like the upper level, looking down on him, and he was dancing. They were playing my Lawrence Juba. I think it was Lawrence Juba was doing that, and he was like he was acting like he was dancing with somebody through the whole song. And I'm going fumbling with my phone. I'm turning it on. I'm trying to get it, and then I just got the end.
Yeah, when you see the clip, just look at his eyes. When he comes up, look at his eyes. You can tell he's wasted. I mean,
you can tell that distance. You can really tell.
Yeah, sure. Look at his.
Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Live already. I thought Schnee goes live at 9.
You could do a whole show on Talk More Talk about that clip.
She's not even doing whatchamacallit tonight, Ski Lodge. At least he put up a thing that he wasn't.
Oh.
Maybe he lied.
Now this is a panel. Mayo, Danny, Tone, Stud Muffin, and Tom. Tim.
Tom?
What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Richard James?
Because I do want Tuesday. I want my Tuesday night, if possible, to be one of these multi-panels whenever possible.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
It's cold in here, let me tell you. When it gets to be January in here, it's going to be rough.
That's all right.
That heat on us. Try to put it on.
It's cold enough here already.
Yeah. Give me the summer.
37 degrees out. Oh.
It says 44 here. Not bad.
But my new car has a heated steering wheel, and I'm thankful for it.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
First heated steering wheel I've ever had. And yes, I'm using it.
Wow. Everybody's going to leave my chat.
Well, let it go.
Okay, I understand. If you want to, it's fine. I know that when he has the
Ski lodge.
Ski lodge, it's, I'm used to that. I understand. I mean, I accept it. I welcome it.
I'm not going over to Shnee's channel, but I am going to go now because it is 20 to 2. It's 20 to 2.
Yeah, I was surprised when you got it. You're a late bird sometimes. Yes?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
All right. Well,
thanks for having me on. Great speaking with you guys and everyone in the chat. And I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Take care now.
Thank you.
Night.